And we also recognize how lucky we are to have been born when we were born. I don't know if we could have had this day 15 years ago. So let's all soak it in, drink up, and we'll see you on the dance floor. We love you all. Thank you.
So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nick. I'm Wes's brother. And I wanted to start by making sure everyone gave a warm hand of applause to Cynthia and David, Barry and Marjorie, and Lori and Tom for putting this wedding together. Thank you, thank you. So this wedding has been a bit of an emotional ride for me. I was originally supposed to be the minister of the wedding. Yeah. Wes's call to demote me came through at the perfect time, when I was trying on my custom-fitted minister robes, non-returnable, while my face was buried in my computer screen for week 19 of my online ministry course. But I seem to have found my way to a microphone, and I'm going to do my best to put my feelings to the side and do this speech for Wes. So Wes always idolized me, I have to be honest. And in return for his idolization, I always had Wes's back. And that's what I want to talk to you all about here. A few times I had Wes's back that he never publicly thanked me for, but I can remind him of here in front of all of his friends and his family. Wes was a talented kid. From dance class to his dance performances, we always knew he was good at dance. He tried hard at everything, and he got tons of participation awards. They literally filled up the mantle where my mom displayed them next to Alex, Emma, and my actual trophies. Trophies you get for winning things. From dance to basketball to lacrosse, and back to dancing, Wes whisked his way through the sporting world. I remember Wes's senior year of Wellesley High School basketball season when his team finally made the playoffs. But I think Wes secretly hated basketball, in part because of all the phone calls where he told me how much he hated basketball. So I decided to have his back, took Friday off, caught the train from New York to the Cape, and made the opening tip-off of the game. Wes and his teammates gave a valiant effort, and they lost at the buzzer by 35 points. While I wanted a win for him, I realized that far more important to me, personally, was actually the credit and being told I was a terrific big brother. And my favorite part of this story was when we were nostalgically reminiscing about this a few months ago, and Wes had absolutely zero memory of this. His response, "That didn't happen, Nick." But I know I had his back. Another aspect about growing up with Wes that my siblings can weigh in on is that Wes was so much younger than us. Always. I think Wes was frozen at age 5 from 1995 until about March of this year. And we recently found a bunch of home videos. Let me describe one to you. Alex, Emma, and I were playing a friendly game of basketball, our family sport. Wes was playing too. And when I say playing, I mean stealing the ball from the three of us passing peacefully, doing a solitary left-handed dribble, and kicking the ball 50 feet down the driveway. Any motion to intervene by the three angelic siblings was met with screams. Any request for a pass was batted away by tears. Eventually, the three of us gave up and stood there watching as Wes screamed, cried, and dribbled all at the same time. A nod to his future multi-talented nature. And I have video evidence that I will now play in front of this entire wedding. I did not bring it. Wes, I still have your back. And then one day, seemingly out of nowhere, Wes was a grown-up. This little kid had overnight turned into a man of principle, someone everyone loved, someone truly special, and I think you know this, Wes, one of my best friends. And he went off to college. Wes was a few hundred miles away, and it was hard for me to have his back in the same way. And there were some tough times. But then Matt came along. One thing you should all know about Wes growing up was his obsession with the TV show ER. He watched it deep into the night, in the mornings, late nights after he'd snuck out on my mom and snuck back in. Out of everyone I know, Wes always had one of the strongest senses of what he wanted to be when he grew up. He wanted to be a doctor. And that's what makes his admission to medical school so memorable. Not that he got in. We all knew he would do great things. But because for the first time, Wes had a second love in his life, a second future he could envision for himself. Wes and Matt were living in New York, and Wes was worried that moving to Boston might be a strain on their relationship. The only thing that could match Wes's passion for becoming a doctor was his love of being with Matt. And Matt, in classic Matt fashion, recognized this and supported Wes's move to Boston, even moving there himself. He gave Wes the gift of pursuing both dreams at once. And at that point, I knew Wes would always have someone, no matter what happened to me or how far away I was, that Matt would have his back forever. Matt, I don't need $250 custom-fitted minister robes for me to see that you and Wes are perfect for each other, and I wasn't able to return them either. I knew you were special to Wes ever since I read that confidential email 3 months into your relationship. One of the many I was never supposed to read. You are incredibly kind-hearted, loyal, and intelligent, and I already know you make a great partner to my brother. Matt has joined my family so seamlessly, always the first to jump up and help out with cleaning the dishes, which you have to continue now because I've mentioned it here so publicly. It feels like on any of our vacations or time together that you're just like another brother to me. Matt, I want to say thank you for being such a wonderful partner to Wes. And Matt, I have your back now too. So by the powers mostly vested in me by the University of Phoenix Online Ministry course, I now, you're welcome, Wes, pronounce you husband and husband. You may kiss the groom.